wonderful Friday game. I am so stoked to be here with this amazing collection of people. This evening, I am your storyteller, Sage.
I think that makes me B. I am B Zelda. I play the Kunari mage Saharr.
And I'm Casey, and I play the Kunari rogue Bahan.
And that makes me Morgan, and I play Emmylou, your human rogue.
And I'm Riana, and I play the elf warrior Athven.
Yeah.
Well, Dalish elf warrior, just so you know.
It's been so long since we've all been together, and I'm
It
so excited.
has.
Oh, the magic is palpable. Well, before we pick up on where we left off, we should definitely talk about what the heck happened last time.
So,
So
big,
many things.
big letters. I just have Rutro on the first page.
That sums it up.
Saharr has a dream, meets with a fancy fox man.
Very fancy.
Very handsome, very cool. A quote-unquote choice spirit named Ishmael. And then I've got Rutro, extreme jinkies. Saharr makes a contract, wants protection to be able to protect their crew. Could have maybe had a chat with us before, but that's okay.
Welcome to insecurities, you know?
Yeah, they got an obsidian stone, like wolf statue. And then Saharr releases Ishmael. Now they're possessed. Welp, yike. That's what I've got. We in the land of less bad decisions, we've got we met with Philia, who was the councilman who we knew was up to no good. And we met with him in the city council building. We left wonderful Athven, quote unquote elf daddy.
Mm-hmm.
We left Athven at the office with Doris, who is his assistant, who is really quite cute, to do some investigating while we took Philia over to the guards, the lesbian crew guards of Tegan and Sarah and Melissa Etheridge. We were going to do a bit of interrogation there, and while we were doing our interrogation, Doris turned out to be a baddie.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
And,
There was a scuffle.
Yeah, I've got in all caps here. Oh no, Doris bad. So it turns out that Philia has a ring, and it's part of the crime syndicate, but it also does bad stuff. I think it like froze people, right? It controlled them.
Yeah, he seemed to be using it as like an arcane focus to channel his
Yeah.
magic from.
And then I chopped his hand off. That's my last note, is I cut his fucking hand off. Athven has bad fight with Doris, runs away. That's
Cut
it.
someone's hand off. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, you were
Oh,
actually
what
in
a
the room.
friend.
Yeah, and my thing was I warned him. You'd be really proud of me because I was like, Bahan, you stay back. Like, we're not going to do this violently. We're going to talk it out. I'm going to make sure he's protected. He's going to go to the Inquisition. We made a deal, peace, and all that crap. And then he tried stuff, and I was just like, I cut his fucking hand off. So,
Mhm.
if you play stupid games, you get stupid answers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
This
do
was-
want to know, however, you said Athven ran away. That is 100% true. Yes,
Yeah.
he did run away. However, had he
Out
had
a window.
stayed, yes, he jumped out a window. Had he had stayed, he would have died. So,
yeah, no,
just
so
a lot
it
of
was,
effort was made.
It was not a cowardly thing. It was an intelligent thing. Athven fled to fight another day. Doris was really intense.
Truly. Oh man. Yes. Shades. They
Oh,
get
wait.
you.
Sorry, I forgot that there was a thing with the elves that they are cursed or under spell that they forget things. So that's why they didn't know about the Dalish and were kind of fussy
Ah.
about things. So they were mind controlled as well.
Yes. Lorenzo had said that he had put an enchantment on some crystals and also dropped into their well so that they would be, just kind of forget about everything that happened before a week ago. Just so that,
they got
to keep
smooth
civil.
brain syndrome.
Mhm.
Very smooth brains.
No
Keep it
wrinkles
all.
here. Yes, and so where we are picking up is the four of you. You are all in this interrogation room. Lorenzo had stood up to stand against these accusations that you all had been levying against him, and he was just like, whatever. And things started to go a little south. Your first lieutenant Sarah had run out of the room, has locked the door with all of you in there to go and get to relay some messages to Captain Tegan. One of them had then let Athven in, who is running with murder in his eyes to come after Lorenzo, who was promptly put in a force cage.
Right.
Managed to break out of that, and Saharr had just cast sort of an illusion mind spell on him to make Lorenzo feel as if this crushing tree canopy and these creeping vines were moving in and just like suffocating him. And so he had started to cry out in agony and discomfort. And this is the scene where we are picking up. We have a now one-handed, bloody, screaming man, half on kneeling on the floor, trying to hide from something. And Athven had just broken out of the force cage and was ready to swing at Lorenzo. And that brings us to the top of the initiative.
Since I wasn't here last time, should I roll an initiative?
I'll put you at the bottom under Saharr just to keep it simple. And so Lorenzo, being under this effect, suddenly you see the magic ring on the table on the severed hand begin to glow, and it cracks and breaks in two, and you see that suddenly, as this spell that Saharr had cast on him begins to fade, and his mind begins to return, and he kind of is holding and staggering with his hand on the table, kneeling on the ground. And so, Emmylou, you have the next move.
Okay. I don't want Athven to kill him.
Just chop the other hand off then.
No,
He'll bleed out by then. it's
Can't
fine.
brush that beautiful hair with no
yeah.
Mm.
Fuck
Yeah.
it. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tackle Lorenzo Florenzo to the ground.
Okay.
And kind of hold him, trying to probably try and face down, and then I'm gonna try and bring his arms behind his back, and I'm gonna hold on to the wrist that's cut to see if I can kind of put pressure on it so he stops bleeding. And then I'm gonna yell to Saharr, "Hey, buddy, can you help me? Fix this shit. Or at least stop the bleeding a little bit."
Hand you some parsley. It's not my turn yet, so that's really all I can do.
Okay.
So I would say go ahead and make a strength. Is it athletics?
Well, I don't have athletics. I just have strength. So whatever it is, I don't get a bonus in it anyway.
Oh no.
I rolled incredible.
I love it.
I got doubles.
Ooh.
My dragon dies are 6. And that's a 13. No, it's a 15 total.
Oh yeah. So since he is has been severely weakened and is in this sort of prone state already, Emmylou just expertly tackles him, grabs some rope, starts started to handcuff him, gets a bandage together, and yeah, he is effectively incapacitated at this moment.
Awesome. Okay.
Hey, Emmylou, is it more like hog tying or shibari? I just want to know what you're more used to.
Shibari would take at least another round.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Very intricate knots.
I think right now in the thing of it's the constant mantra of oh shit. Don't have time for the niceties, but out of this moment, I will say that I feel like Krem who has heard enough stuff from like Iron Ball, who hasn't actually really done it, is like brought it up to Emmylou, and like Emmylou's down for it. Emmylou's interested, but they haven't like incorporated that yet. So I will
It's still
say
a
that
new relationship.
it's still a new relationship.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. A lot of trust.
You gotta have you gotta build some trust. You gotta figure out your knots. So just the utilitarian, oh shit, I don't want this guy to die, sort of not making here.
Very cool. Athven, now you see Emmylou has been tying this individual up. What would Athven like to do?
Is there a hearth or a fire going?
Why not?
Okay. He's gonna stick his sword in there. And then he's gonna come over and he's gonna cauterize that wound. Much longer than it needs to be. But he'll take care of it.
Smoke rises, smells a little
Smells like
pungent.
pork.
Mhm.
You know what?
Little
With
Bernie.
the parsley, maybe not.
Hey! We're 3 steps from a mojo pork. Let's do it.
Oh, good Gordon. All right.
You're never too
I'd
far
say
from
the time it would
cannibalism.
take for the metal to heat up and then to slap it on there, I'd say that would probably be a turn.
That's fine.
Saharr.
They're starting to like I'm gonna heal Mr. Severed Hand Cauterized Steaming
Why?
Wound.
Yeah, so you can heal him up for however much you want. Might be back up to full or just like a little bit better.
Oh, it'll just be a little bit better.
Okay.
I'm gonna waste mana for this, so it's not gonna be anything fancy.
Oh, you don't gotta waste mana.
Oh, I do
Oh,
have to waste
yeah.
mana! Ah!
You got fantastic Mr. Fox with you.
Oh no. I do the thing then. Can I still roll? Because I still have a target number of 10.
Yes, you do still roll.
8, 9, 10, 11. 11.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to worry about. I'm just gonna. So yeah, whatever half of his total health
All right.
will be what I heal for. And like Saharr just kind of approaches, tries to like avoid the rather hot piece of metal that is still within the vicinity, and
Mhm.
like gently like pokes the hand with their wand or just casts like a minor healing.
And you see, like, what the magic that you all have seen emerge from Sahar's wand being this very kind of like having natural kind of spirity kind of glow to it. Now, as Saharr casts heal on this individual, the light that emerges from it is like this dingy red black color.
Ooh, and we all notice this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Don't mind that.
I'm gonna say Emmylou is too distracted by the blood and the cauterized wound and everything else to quite notice the color of this healing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Emmylou's focused on other things.
For sure.
I feel like Athven, having only had to put a sword to a wound, probably saw it and has big eyes over it. But we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. So, oof.
And Bahan.
Wait, so is it just this guy that's bleeding on the floor right now?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Arthur outside the door, right?
Yes.
The guards are.
They
Did
were
we tell
chilling.
them that Doris was having a hissy fit? I don't
No, not yet.
No.
No, not yet. Okay.
When they come in, I'll scream it.
Will you scream it at them?
Probably.
Well, I feel like you said, Morgan, that you said to Bahan last game that like I'll take care of it. We're doing this diplomatically, right?
So you were in the room when we made a deal that we promised that the Inquisition would not execute him. We didn't promise that the city of would
Of
wouldn't
Wycome.
Wycome, that was it. We didn't say anything about Wycome or the free matches or anything about that. We just said we can promise you that we will bring you back to the Inquisitor to pass judgment, and we will recommend that they do not execute
Okay.
this guy.
Can I quickly ask what was our exchange for that? What is he? Has he given us what it is yet?
We got a shit ton of information, but he hasn't given us, I think, all of his contacts or anything like that.
Okay, so killing him would not be prudent. So I don't know. I guess I'll ready if an attack in case the guards come in and they're like gonna try to fight us, but like otherwise, like I'm more of a like bash people's skulls in kind of guy rather than anything else. So I'm just kind of gonna I'm like, oh, okay, this is cutting off a hand is diplomacy. That makes sense. I understand that.
Yeah. But in Bahan's mind, this is just the perfect example of a diplomatic solution. Meanwhile, Emmylou is shitting themselves because they think that they're going to get fired for having cut off somebody's hand when they promised that they wouldn't be hurt. So like Emmylou's panicking, but Bahan's like, yeah, no, this went perfect.
Bahan tries to catch your eye and give you like a solid like appreciative nod and thumbs up.
Emmylou's like covered in blood, and she like looks up at you. All she sees is the hand on the table, and she's like, "Fuck."
It is after this, while Bahan is like making this like defensive stance, that you hear the jingling of a padlock on the outside of the door, and running in is now suddenly you see Captain Tegan and First Lieutenant Sarah, these identical Brienne of Tarth looking women who are just bulging through the door. And you see that Captain Tegan says, I'm sorry, what's happening here?
He started it.
Yeah, okay, that's true. Yeah. So turns out the ring that he had was a bit of a spell casting thing. And yeah, no, he's been poisoning the whole town. He's got some sort of spell over the elven population to make them forgetful and sleepy and compliant. And he's been poisoning the shit out of everybody else with red lyrium. So we were trying to figure out what the ultimate big baddie goal was of that. I think it was just to kind of test how long it affects people. But we don't know any of his contacts or anything like that. So that's what you missed on Glee, Captain Tegan. And
Also, back in his office, Doris, his assistant, is definitely some sort of shade. Tried to kill me. I broke a window. It's probably fine. You should go take care of that, though.
Did you come back with like any badass scars that like proved like that showed that you were fighting Doris?
I mean, he was pretty fucked up, but then you healed him.
Right. So just like crusty blood on your clothing.
Yeah, crusty blood and like probably like his jerkin's like ripped but like sexy, like a pet.
Just shows
a nipple. His arms are showing. Like he looks like the Lucasfilm version of got fucked up.
It's the Kirk. It's the Captain Kirk thing of it's just strategically torn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One
you got the
shown.
Harry Styles titties out kind of look.
Almost nip. Just like
it's just a tease.
Yeah. What a wrong crowd for this to be in of the group of lesbians.
I know. That's his whole thing is he just too many lesbians around him.
Never. There's no such thing as too many lesbians.
Right. That's the one good thing about this city.
That's a ska band name.
Too many lesbians. Is it like, oops, all lesbians?
Based out of San Francisco.
That's my next D&D campaign.
Oops. Oh my God. That's really good. Yeah.
I mean,
do it.
Oops. Help me. Too many lesbians. I think the theme song should be "Oops, I Did It Again."
Oops.
Yep.
All lesbians.
Yeah, there you go. You have to bring back the guard.
Wait,
fantastic.
sorry. Can they like come together in like a Power Rangers?
They can come together, all right.
Like
I'll tell you what.
they do the like
It's
the
like a
Power Rangers
Voltron.
thing. Yeah, they come. Yeah, like that kind of thing. That's what I'm getting at.
Are they all like clerics and paladins of the same lesbian goddess of the moon? Because the moon is a lesbian, and then
for sure.
together they're able to come forward. And wow, yeah, that's
It's
good.
like
You're
the
onto
original Japanese Sailor Moon, where they are
Had
all
guns.
just lesbians.
There you go.
guns.
Fantastic. This is what we do here on the Venture Maidens channel. But it's so
I can't drink yet.
Captain Tegan will go and will like pick up Lorenzo basically with one arm and be like, all right, these are some pretty serious charges. I'll shove him in a cell, I guess, while we figure out what to do. I mean, and then she'll close the door behind them, and she has him by the scruff of the neck. She's like, how far does this go? I mean, can we bring this to the Duke? Are we?
Oh, that's another thing. Yes. So I dressed up as a maid, and I went in, and turns out that the Duke is absolutely poisoned by all of this. He is not in his right mind. I don't actually know if someone will be able to heal him, or if it's worse than that. But definitely this has been going on for a long time, and I don't know who else is in on it. I was trying to get more information in this guy's office, and turns out, yeah, his assistant was some sort of shade, which we really do need to go take care of that.
Yeah. So I would maybe suggest, Captain, that if you go to the Duke, I wouldn't say we're here to arrest you. Maybe say, oh, your Dukeliness. We need you down at the guardhouse, and then kind of do the same thing we did here of like, very important, sir. The councilman needs to see you. And then kind of put him in a cell, and we'll give him some fresh water and see if he maybe wisens up. But Athven did see records in the Duke's office that this was a trial thing that they were doing intentionally, and that they were the ones that set the mercenaries. It kind of confirmed what Spitty said, that they sent them after the Dalish.
And oh man, we need to get someone into the wells, like all of the wells. I don't know, someone small, hopefully not a child, just whoever can get in there to get this stupid crystals out.
Yeah.
And so you see First Lieutenant Saharr with the clipboard writing, "Get into wells, get Duke," making a list. And Tegan goes, "Oh, okay. All right, I guess first things first, I guess let's get Duke Antoine down here before he can run away or alert other people." What is all of yours next move?
Just out of curiosity, you're in the guard, but you all don't live in these fancy high places, right?
No, I mean, I'm captain of the guard, and I make not that great. I mean, I pay my guard well, but as well as I can. But I mean, it's middle class at best.
You see a number go up in the corner, like Athven's radicalization goes up by 3.
At least we have a union.
Okay. Athven likes that.
Athven will remember this.
Yeah, Athven approves.
Things are shitty, but at least you have health insurance.
Yeah.
So what is all of your plan and your next move that you all, what's this? How do you all want to start a revolution?
I was ready.
I'm telling you, I already told you guys what I think we should do, which is just grab everybody and just mass storm the gates and leave.
I mean, though, frankly, like Emmylou's like covered in blood and looks terrible. So I think if the guard can get the Duke, who's second in command in this city? Is it the councilman?
Oh, what was that asshole?
Okay, so who's third in command?
Yep.
So it would definitely be like all of the council members all take kind of second in command.
Gotcha. Okay, let's go
Wait.
find the Speaker of the House, and it's American government joke for the Canadian.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. So why don't we go talk to our lady? What's her name?
Lady Hastwick.
Hastwick. Thank you. Tiny, lovely voice in my brain. So why don't we go talk to Hastwick and see if she can rally the other council members together and just tell her what we know and see if she can kind of take back the city.
Okay, but if they decide they don't care about elves or any of this going on and they look like they're about to just take it for power, what do we do then?
Rebel.
I just don't know, because I feel like if we claim this city, it's going to look like an act of war by the Inquisition to take a city from the Free Marchers.
Yeah, but we don't have to claim the city. We just gotta claim, like, we're leaving. Anyone who wants to come with us, like, hop on the train type of thing.
I think we can still do that. I think we can say, hey, if you want to join the Inquisition, sign up here. We'd love to take you. But I don't know if there's anything we can do besides advocate that the elves get the new position on the council. Why don't we ask that? We can say maybe we get God, I can't remember anything. My brain's mashed potatoes, guy. Quarantine's making it silly. Who's the little girl?
Ileana.
What about her mum? We can maybe ask if her mum would join the council.
Yeah. See if the elder themselves would want to, or nominate someone. Yeah, they're not gonna want us. Like, we can try. I'm not saying we can't, but
I think it's a good idea, Athven, and I think that maybe if we try and do the sneaky shit of being like, the Inquisition's eyes upon you, we're going to be watching, you fucks. So, this is what we want. This is what the Inquisition wants to see. The Inquisition solved your mess, saved your people. This is what we want in return.
You're right. And also, whether they like it or not, he's an elf. And not only is he an elf, he's a Dalish elf. And they were the ones that fucked up his clan. So maybe that's the way we need to go. We'll go in there and pretend to be nice. And really, we'll just tell them that they've already fucked up so much. And if they want to continue being their little hoity-toity society here without the Inquisition breathing down their neck and annexing it, that they better behave.
Yeah. Let's be careful, because I have like a sudden like flash of Josephine back at Skyhold having an absolute heart palpitating like seizure right now. So let's just be really careful.
All right, so you'll talk, but
maybe don't say annex.
Well, all right. Well, I mean, what else? It's fine.
Maybe just
But yeah,
it's fine. You can talk. I won't talk unless it's really bad.
Also, rein in your expressions.
I'll turn around.
Speak about annexing. Yeah, okay.
I'll turn around.
I think it's good to show them that we're angry, and I think it's good for you to be there and to use your voice. I just careful about the kind of words we're using.
All right. Well, if you need to slap a hand over my mouth, just go ahead. I'll stop.
Maybe I'll wink with both eyes.
Yeah. You know what? I'll ask Saharr for parsley, and that'll be our code.
Okay.
Digs around, brings up a sprig of parsley. I'll be ready.
Bahan just looks at you and goes, I don't know, I thought annexing was a good idea.
See? God, Bahan's the only one that has my back. It's fine.
I
Well,
will.
if things go real shit, I will support annexation and the abject murder of anybody who stands in our way.
Fine. Bahan, I want you to know that I was going to ask for you to stay behind at the office, and I regret not doing it because had both of us been there, we would have kicked Doris's ass. But it's fine. It's all water under the bridge.
But I think you handled this, and Bahan picks up the hand as he says, as they say, handled very diplomatically. I'm very proud of you guys.
Man, that's a good joke. Athven doesn't stop laughing for a rather uncomfortable amount of time.
The question
goes into,
is,
like
does-
hysterics. Like,
I'm not sure if Bahan understands that they just made a pun. So
Even better.
That's even better. All right, so I have a call council meeting and approach elves about who they would want to be a new council member.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we should do that first before we go in.
Yeah.
just so we have our
So that'll
ducks
kind
together.
of exactly.
Yeah. And Bahan's probably tall enough that if they just hold me, I can go into the well and get like the crystals out. Like they can just lower me down.
Don't touch it. Don't touch cancer.
I can have gloves. I can have gloves.
And so, yeah, Tegan and Sarah, hearing all of your plans and your debate and everything, they go, okay, well, we'll have the bulk of our forces go and approach the elves and pull out what they can. I'll go, and she points, and you, me, and our squadron will go, and we'll apprehend the Duke. Signal one of the fires in the town square if anything goes wrong or if you need backup. But okay.
Okay. Also,
Wait.
you guys are number one choice. Like if you want to come join the Inquisition, just come along.
Mhm.
It's great.
There's lots of parsley.
She's like, I'm honored by the gesture, but someone's got to stay here and help rebuild, I guess.
Yeah.
Like how we're having this conversation about annexing the city, and Tegan and Sarah are like,
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
they just kind of like
That's
sharp
actually-
inhale, like, mm. All right, so as you all can make your way out of the city garrison up into the northeastern quarter of the town, where back into the alienage where the bulk of the elven population lives, and they are all just kind of, there's definitely a buzz stirring throughout the alienage as they all are making whispers. You see people packing up their houses, and there's definitely just a hum of activity as you all kind of step into this community. And one of the and Ileana immediately, like as soon as like in, like Ileana immediately like seeks you out. It's like, wow, so much has happened.
Yeah, looks like it.
So I started talking to everyone about who wanted to go to the Inquisition because this place kind of sucks and they were trying to poison us. And well, maybe not like us, but like the other population, we wouldn't want it to happen to us. And guess who's coming to with you? My mom said we can go.
Oh wow! Oh, this is actually wonderful news today. Thank you.
Some good news.
Wow, I'm really excited. How many other people want to come?
All of us.
What is
All?
Yeah.
He turns to Emmylou like,
Emmylou stands corrected.
was like, that's great. We got to figure out some other shit, but let it be known, I am very, very excited. Man, there's so much to be done. We need to write a Raven. We need to write that like soon now.
Yeah. So on that note, does anybody want to be the council member?
I mean,
Looks expectantly at them.
if they're all coming, does it even need like no one's staying?
Well, so I mean, not all of the old people can come, and so them and like some of their families. So I mean, not everyone, but like
Okay,
a
all right,
lot of
that's
people.
different.
So there
That's
will
all right.
still be some people.
Okay,
like-
hyperboles are fun. However, okay, which of the elders would want to be on the council to have their wishes heard?
And she pulls Athven like on your sleeve, and she'll like drag you towards where they're all kind of congregated at this large long table, sort of in the middle of their community, next to a big open.
He'll
fire.
like wave Emmylou and everyone to follow with him because like it's important. We should.
And she will go up to the eldest, and she'll be like, okay, so yeah, you met the Inquisition people. They're back. They want to know of who of any of you want to be on the council. She like stares expectantly with like her big eyes. And you see this like elderly woman, and she's like, yes, it is unfortunately too much of an imposition for myself, but it's probably one of our younger. Ariella, you dear, you are you take care of most of the children and know what's happening in this sort of kind of mousy-eyed, brown-haired, very plain-looking elven woman kind of steps forward, and she's like, I mean, oh, okay, if you think I can do it.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I don't know you. You're going to have to be really honest here with me. Like, look me in the eye. Are you going to be able to deal with bullies and people yelling at you, or like not even yelling at you, just like raising your voice? Like, it's a big thing, and you already know this, but they're going to hate you. Like, anyone who goes onto this council is going to be hated, and you're going to have to fight really hard to get not only your voice across, but the things that you want across for everyone here. And it's a big responsibility, and I wouldn't want to do it.
And you hear, as you start giving this sort of speech, you hear a number of people kind of chime in around you, and they're like, Ariella, you're the one who got us trade rights in the marketplace for the elves. And you hear like some other people start to chime in about like some things she's in the community, and she's looking down at her shoe, and she kind of kicks the dirt up a little bit, and she finally meets your gaze. Athven is like, yes, I will do this. I will do my damnedest.
That ambulance sounded like fire truck, sounded like air raid sirens. It was really good. Great. That's one down. We should probably have another. We almost certainly need another.
Looks right at the crowd. Anybody else have any dreams about bureaucratic affairs?
And you see
Somebody's gotta love like paperwork or something.
You see this kind of gray-haired, elderly-looking elven man, and he's like, "Oh, yes, I maintained the community fund. I'm sure I could manage. I've been yelled at plenty."
Great. He takes their names. Or should he take them? Should we all take them to the council?
Probably. Like, this is like, hello, here are our answers. Here is what's happening. These are your people now.
You're gonna like it.
Numero, workplace suggestion is always come with the solution to your problem.
Thank you for that, Emmylou.
You're welcome.
No, I was just thinking you should.
Corporate tips by Emmylou.
Yeah, I think you should step into the next Inquisition meeting and really like give that. That'd probably help.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying. It's all one thing to be brave here, but then you're in a room with Cassandra with her eyebrows and our boss.
Yeah, but I have reliable information that she's a softie, and she reads Varric's books.
Well, that's really cute. Varric's the best. Emmylou goes into a little daydream about Varric and his perfect chest hair.
Varric
Very
creme
reminiscent of the
sandwich.
first time we all got together.
You said it, not me. Let's mark that down for our things that can be solved with threesomes podcast.
Varric. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Threesomes podcast. Emmylou creme Varric.
That is the most self-indulgent episode, and I look forward to it 100%.
Gotta have
Episode
one.
title: The Perfect Polycule.
There you go.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so we are taking Ariella,
Yes.
Ariella, and then I'm sorry, who was the other person? Do we have another person?
Elven.
Ariella and Athven. Okay. So let's go to Lady Hestwick's house and see if she can round up the rest of the council members.
Yes.
And as you all make your way back up there, winding through all these very picturesque streets back up to her manor house, and as you all enter in through the front door, being allowed in by her very trusty butler, she is like running furiously from one room into another with like an armful of like stacks of paper, and is like yelling things. And she sees you all like enter. She's like, "Oh, you're alive! What's happening? I took those crystals. Well, I didn't. Jarvis here did. Took the
Oh.
crystals out of the well."
Jarvis, go wash your hands.
Oh,
Hey,
maybe I'll
everyone,
walk
wash
with
your
you.
hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
3 minutes. Lots of soap, hot water.
Sing
Yeah, pick a song.
The Bard's most popular song that was sung at the tavern. Just sing all of that while you're washing your hands.
Okay, yeah, lots of stuff has happened in like the 3.5 hours that we've been gone. We confirmed the Duke's a bit loony. Philia, like Florenzo is definitely the big baddie behind all of this, putting the crystals in the wells. He is apprehended at the moment. Apprehended.
Apprehended.
Nah. But we know that with the Duke and Philia out of the sort of picture, that kind of the city governance goes to the council. So we were hoping that you would call a council meeting, and we've got some information, and we've got some problems to say, and some solutions to offer.
Okay, all right. Well, they are a bit like a herd of cats, so I will do what I can. Hang tight. Give me a few hours to send out some messengers and things, and to curry a few favors to get everyone together.
All
Okay.
right. I mean, I guess we can write some letters and
Yeah, Athven, also, you and me. Well, not together, but we should both take baths, because we're both covered in blood.
Yeah, I guess. I
Your
mean, I'm
lid is
not a
kind of
I
stiff now.
suppose.
You know.
Yeah, it's gross. It's gone to that sticky, tacky, dry,
All right.
flaky,
Yeah.
itchy.
Yeah, that is
Definitely.
gross. All right, we can go
Do you
take
have any like
baths.
leg hair? Just like pulled on all of it.
Okay, speaking of that, like, I feel like everybody in Dragon Age has leg hair and like pet hair.
Oh, they have
Because
to.
who's got time to shave their legs when there's fucking dragons out there?
I
No.
don't think elves do.
They might not have the hair. Like they just might be like
Yeah.
hairless.
Yeah,
Or
they're
it-
pretty
or
hairless.
It's very, very naturally very thin.
Yeah.
Thin light hair even.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
this is
know.
good consideration.
My little baby. My
I
little
picture
baby
someone
blonde
else
hairs.
with like
I just
like wispy armpit hair.
Yeah.
I just remember there was something on Tumblr ages ago where somebody drew Morgan with leg hair, and someone was like, "Ew, gross! Why would you do that?" And they were like, "They lived in the woods, you fucker!" Like,
This
Hell
is
yeah, Witch of the Wilds.
Yeah.
Fucking hair everywhere. Ain't
This
nobody
is-
got time for that shit.
this
No
is like
person who
very
lives in the woods and calls himself Witch of the Wilds is going to shave their pit hair for the assumptions of men.
Yeah.
Like,
Why would you
And this
waste
is
magic
very-
on that?
yeah,
Getting
very
started
American
on them.
centric. But razors were only introduced to women in like the 20s for only their under air for flappers, and then eventually because razor companies said, hey, we can sell more razors if women shaved, they started body shaming women. So it's only since the 1920s that women began to regularly shave.
I can't
Yep.
remember the original brand, but then Gillette picked it up and was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, we can make you feel bad to make you buy things."
Not-
capitalism is a
Tactic.
curse.
Not that I'm
Shaming people
advocating
into buying shit.
Yep. Not that I'm advocating reading really weird, porny Victorian writing, but they liked hair. Just so you know, like you can find some really wild Victorian porn that is all about the hair. And
Yeah, they had a hair fetish. Like giving
Huh.
piece of lockets of your hair to
Mhm.
people for your like
Yeah, that
your-
always weirded me out, and I didn't understand like the cultural importance because it just seems weird. But dang,
This
Oh,
is
hey!
not the time or the place for me to talk about this, but if anyone wants to hear me go on a rant about the historical importance of merkins, hit me up.
Can I sing a song for everyone just real quick?
us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Rip.
so I
absolutely.
was coming up with like dumb tavern songs because I was like, ha ha ha, it's really fun to make songs to like Irish drinking songs. And I was like, what if I wrote a love letter to like a dwarven lady? And I only have the refrain done, but just so you know, it goes something like this. Oh, my lady is so lovely, her beard's a sight to see. It starts between her thighs and then it ends down at her knees. And if you were to see them, her pink and luscious lips, you'd come to mind you'd never find a finer pair to kiss.
Riana, you always sing us the best songs on this.
So
Yes,
dorky,
Yes,
so
come to
great.
Venture Maidens. Sometimes you'll get a very moving Cherokee song, and sometimes you'll get cunnilingus on a dwarf.
I love it.
Cunnilingus on a dwarf is my new band name.
Dwarf cunnilingus. Yeah, do it.
Dwarf Cunnilingus. It's a metal band. It's a Swedish metal band.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good.
And
Oh
and for
my
no
God.
reason, even though
Black
it
metal.
doesn't make sense and it's gonna make my German friend very angry that I said this, there's an umlaut over the U.
Wait, how would you
Looks
pronounce
good.
that then?
You don't.
Cunnilingus. Like
God,
Oh,
I can
good
see
gravy.
I can see the track that we left like miles away.
No, we're going back. We're going back. I'm sorry.
Steer this baby
All
back
back.
onto
We
those
have our
train
people.
tracks.
This has been a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone.
So Emmylou and Athven you all can have some time to freshen up before approaching a big hoity-toity council of people as the lady Hastwick is running around and is talking to messengers and sending off notes and everything, and finally after a couple of hours she's like, okay, I think I've got everyone. I will bring a fruit basket and come with you just in case. You know, they tend to be kind of bullies, but you all seem so capable, but moral support. And we'll set off for an hour. We'll take my carriage. You'll look really official. I think that's everything.
All right.
I decorate everybody's clothing with a sprig of dill if they have any breast pockets.
Nice.
Aw, it's cute.
Very aromatic. Yes, and as you all get ready, collect your things, smooth those eyebrows, you all can set off to the sort of large governance building where you all had met in Lorenzo's, where you all went to go to meet with Lorenzo.
Did they
Lorenzo-
take care of that
Lorenzo.
shade?
As you all step into this building, you can hear up on the third floor the sounds of screaming of Doris being like, "That's not true!" And you see, like, you can like look up and see like over like the railing, you see a couple guards like dragging her out in like cuffs. She's like kicking and flailing wildly.
Huh. Okay.
And so Lady Hastrick will lead you to this sort of up these small set of steps that lead into this large central chamber with this big round big round table that has like an open area in the middle of it and seats all around it. And you see on the far end of this circular table, you see that there are 5 individuals with these really tall, like leather high-backed chairs, and there are just like some regular chairs on kind of the circumference. And she motions you all to take a seat here. And you see this older human man who's got this huge mustache that covers over his like entire lips, and he stands up and he's like, I've heard we've been brought here today to hear some very serious accusations levied by these Inquisition upstarts.
Ooh, good start. Upstart. Okay. Do I know who this fellow is?
You see, like, so in front of each of the council members, they have in front of their seats, they have a little name placard. And you see, in front of him is Grandin Moreland, and it also says their title, Ambassador to Ferelden.
Moreland.
To his left, you see this sort of younger, very square-jawed man named Andrew Norcross, who is the ambassador to Orlais and the rest of the Free Marches. Next to them, you see a sort of a young human woman with this kind of subtly wavy black hair named Madeline, and she's the ambassador to Antiva.
Just
on
Madeline.
The other side, you just see another sort of middle-aged human man who's got like this like 5 o'clock shadow. It looks like he's probably like a fighter in his earlier years. And you see that his name is Logan Middlebury, and he is head of the Merchant and Sailor Guild. And one seat is left empty with the placard of Lorenzo Falier. Public Works.
Public Works.
Is Hestwick? Is Lady Hestwick on the council too?
Mm-mm.
Oh shit! She's just important. Okay.
She's just
rich.
A rich noble lady
Ooh, guess
who knows all the goss.
Gotcha. The most important part. Okay. Yeah. So, how do I say this? Ambassador Moreland. Yes. We are from the Inquisition. We were sent here to investigate some harassment that was happening to the Inquisitor's family. They were staying just outside of the city's walls, the Dalish group of the Llewellyns, and they had peaceful conversations and peaceful trade with the city for quite some time before it started to turn uncomfortable. During the course of our investigation, we discovered that the Duke had paid a bunch of mercenaries to attack the Dalish. Once we found that out, we realized that the Duke himself was under the control and manipulation and effects of red lyrium that had been given to him by the councilman Lorenzo Falier.
You hear kind of a subtle
And I should mention at this time that it's not just the Duke he was poisoning, it was all of you. It was every well that he had put a red lotus symbol on. And that he put red lyrium crystals, and that is actually where the disease that has been rampaging your city has come from.
And this furious wave of whispers erupts between all of them as they all kind of lean over to each other. And you see...
Is that the most outreach they get?
They are basically English upper class. So stifled.
There's like slight pro clutching at best.
Yeah.
Poisoned? Do I try to poison me? My goodness. Cannot believe that. The Duke, I spent the summer at his estate. We hunted pheasants.
Oh, God.
Oh, but his nephew married my sweet cousin. The wedding was so nice. Oh, that could never possibly happen. Oh yeah, your typical aristocratic bullshit.
Yeah.
And you see Grandin is like, well, I suspect you all have some proof to back this up.
Yep. We've got
Do
some
I-
paper.
Yeah,
What?
do I still have the letters and shit?
Mhm.
I think I
Yeah,
do.
you all
Okay,
have the orders from Spitty. You have the letters that you found in the Duke's office.
What
And we
about
have
like
a
some
confession.
lyrium that has been fished out?
Yeah.
Yep.
read them and weep.
Yes, and Lady Hastwick will speak up and she will say, yes, these fine group of individuals who I can most certainly vouch for, they've been staying in my residence. They were the ones who alerted me to this red lyrium that was inside of my very well, and surely I had my butler fish it out, and sure it was a demonic looking crystal. So I believe they're speaking the truth.
So we were interrogated, former council member Philia, and he told us all about how he served a cult called the Red Lotus that wanted to basically see how long it would take for the effects of red lyrium to affect people through the water supply. If I remember correctly, it is because this cult serves the person that destroyed Haven and is trying to use the big old hole in the sky to basically rule the world. So, not good. But I should mention that one of the things that they did was that they caused, Valia did, was that he put a spell on the Elven population in this city to make them forgetful and compliant. And the violence that happened against the elves in this city is simply unacceptable. The reason why they weren't experiencing sickness is because he didn't think it was worth putting red lyrium in their well. And it was easier to convince you that it was a privileged thing to have this crystal in your well, and you were fencery for it than the elves. So what the Inquisition has decided is that going forward, while the Duke is indisposed, hopefully to recover from his bout of red lyrium madness, is that there should be at least two council members that are Elven of your city to be represented equal for the governance of this city so that they can proceed forward and not have this kind of mistake in the future. Mic drop.
And you see that they all are all listening very intently to what Emmylou is saying, and sort of nod, and as they let the weight of this sort of press on them. And you see Madeline Blackwood, she says, yes, our city of Wycome, which we have praised and poised it to be a city that welcomes all, and it is terrible to learn of the things that have happened in our own home, our own backyards. And I would vote to move the motion that we would accept 2 additional council members on our council, and especially to replace Falir. We will look through the evidence that you have gathered, and we will come to a decision. And yes, and so if you all present your material, and they say, all right, well, noted, we shall take an hour to review this over and listen to what you said. If you all could bring forth your candidates, for the council, and we shall interview them. And we will all let you know. We will try to act as quickly as possible.
Athven will like help these two forward, but he's also going to take a moment to say, look, there are some facts that you're going to have to accept right now. Right now, not in the future, not later. And that is that you have been building a city on the backs of elven labor for far too long. And whether you like it or not, the Inquisitor is a Dalish elf. And what he sees you do will build your own fate. Now, these two will most likely become your council members. And how you treat them will be how the Inquisitor treats this city. You will see a lot of changes that you are not going to like, but it is long overdue. And whatever happens here today, whether you accept them or not, he will be watching.
And they all sort of look like very taken aback, as they've clearly have never been addressed in this manner before. And they say, well, it is, that will be certainly be noted.
All right.
If you all would please clear the chambers as we can begin our discussions.
Okay. He'll pat both of their backs and he'll say, you got this.
Before Saharr leaves, they're going to go digging in their pockets. And for some reason, they happen to have a couple of mint leaves that are not smushed up too badly. Wow. And kind of like confetti. They'll toss the leaves at the two. Yes. They're wonderful. And walk away.
Very good.
Fantastic. Beautiful. All right. So yes, and so as you all kind of are escorted out of the chambers, and you all spend an hour kind of like twiddling your thumbs and looking around, and it's got it's a very kind of lovely. It's almost built kind of like a mall with all of these like offices that are in this like very kind of rectangular building, and there's like an indoor courtyard. You see that there are little food stands, to grab some grub. And after an hour passes, you see that these large double doors open back up and they welcome you all back inside. And you see Grandin. He stands up and he goes, well, we've taken your testimony into account, and yes, we will accept these two people as members of the council, and we will strive to do better to uplift the lives of all of those who live within our city borders.
That's wonderful. One other thing that we should probably tell you. We're going to head out soon, granted that this is all taken care of and you're in a good spot and nothing else needs to get fished out or taken care of. But we're going to accept anyone, if you guys want to, anyone who wants to come join the Inquisition, we're going to accept them. So you guys can think about it. Everyone else is going to think about it. And whoever walks out of those gates are under our protection because they have chosen to join. So just remember that.
Yeah, so, I mean, we do not seek to impede the free lives of all of our citizens, but we will do better to protect them. We have heard your arguments, and if the guard is doing as you say to remove these crystals, this red lyrium, then, well, we will take measures to see that they never end up back in. But as you all are Inquisition, and you all will be keeping an eye on our wonderful city-state, I've heard that Templars who leave the Order suffer the terrible pains of withdrawal from lyrium. I imagine our populace will as well. Can we guarantee Inquisition aid to help these people?
Yes. If not the Inquisition, I think I would help. And Saharr will step forward. Red lyrium is no joke. I think it's really important these people get better.
Very well.
So it's like a half promise.
Well, it was very diplomatic. Yeah, you're good.
I'm gonna give, and they all nod. All right. Well then, welcome to your new post. Then, as he motions to the two elves who are sitting amongst you, and picks up a gavel, ping, bangs it on the table.
Yeah. Well done.
Well done indeed, my friends.
Thank you, Lady Hastwick.
She goes, "Oh, of course, it's my pleasure. I gotta keep busy doing something. Everyone needs a project."
Okay. Bahan, do you want to figure out how many livestock we're gonna have to buy to feed everyone?
I do not.
Okay. Fair enough. Thank you for your time. Okay. I gotta figure out how much supplies we need.
It's like a 2-week journey, right?
That's a lot of people.
It's like about a week and some change on the sea, and then after landing at Lake Calenhad, making the rest of the walk along the Imperial Highway, and then up some mountains.
Okay. If the Ravens get there in time, then they should be able to meet us about halfway. But
Best case scenario.
best case, I'm not gonna plan on it. All right, we got a lot of planning to do, everyone. All right, let's go.
Well, I'm sure that the people that are coming with us will have some stores of food they can bring that are, non-perishable.
Bread that just
Yeah.
lasts a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
all things we need to discuss.
Yep.
All right.
Jams.
Just open
I'm
up
willing
a tab.
to. I'm not willing to do math,
That's okay. I wasn't either. I was
but I
gonna.
will. I will help you by going and talking to and finding out what supplies they do have.
No, that can all happen off screen. But very exciting that we all got our ways so far.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully. Mhm.
Just gotta make sure everybody stays safe on the way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how long are we planning to take before we leave?
I think it gives
Oh.
as much time as we need to get everything squared away, and
Like soonish, within the week.
A week works. If you give me the strongest people or the most willing, I can teach them some basic fighting skills within
That's
a week.
good. That's good. And
They
Athven can
had
shore
wield
up.
a bow staff to snack some things.
Montage song.
Not
Let's get down to business.
I'm not saying that they will come out of my basic training knowing how to fold a person in half.
Mhm. No, that's advanced training. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's advanced.
Oh,
It's
we should go
true.
check on the Dalish. We need to see what their plans are.
Yep.
And let them know like everything that's happened.
Yeah. I think
if
they'd
they want
appreciate
to
it.
travel with us for a little bit as well, they're welcome
Mhm.
to. Or if maybe they want to stay in the city or around they're in,
Hmm.
at least it's safer for them now.
All right, so do you all want to head out of town and go check on the Dalish?
Works for me.
And as you all head out there and you approach where you knew their camp to be, you find just a Nope. Nailed to a tree.
Okay.
And it reads from Keeper Llewellyn that thank you all for your protection and coming to our aid. And we know that your companion Athven deeply felt the loss of our people, as we all do. But more not, brighter days still come, and send my love to our first, and pray that they are successful in their battles against Venture Magisters and elder beings. And we will continue traveling throughout the free marches to hopefully find better pastures. Signed, Keeper Llewellyn.
Okay.
So, what does the week-long montage look like as you all spend your week in Wycombe getting prepared to move like 1,000 people across the sea?
Foraging. There's a unit of like children, perhaps, that like Saharr has gathered to just like forage for whatever they can.
Oh, it's
I mean,
really
kids
cute.
are great at finding things.
That's really cute.
They got the tiny fingers that can get into nooks and crannies of different trees and fallen
They
logs.
just spot things, you know, they're so low to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. The good mushrooms versus the bad mushrooms.
Yeah, I
Mhm,
was going to
mhm.
say, these are city folk, so they don't, they probably haven't done anything like that before. So, like, just teaching them basically, like, these are the kind of things you can eat. That's
Yeah.
the kind of thing you can eat. Yeah, basic survival stuff, I'd say.
Yeah, I think Saharr doesn't quite see it like that, but it is absolutely your basic survival needs that
Yeah.
these folks have just never had the opportunity to have to know.
Mm-hmm.
I love Saharr teaching them all in a very simple, easy way. Very good.
I try to imagine like there's a demonstration for like why you shouldn't eat the bad mushrooms. And Saharr, like, it's like this crowd of like children of varying ages just like sitting and like or standing attentively watching them. Here is the bad mushroom. They take a bite, and here's why you shouldn't eat it. And then maybe like boils start to appear immediately. It's just like very, very hands-on lesson. And then like they could self-heal, but it's don't eat the tall mushrooms. Nobody likes boils. When they burst, it's gross.
I love it.
That
And
they
they're all standing
eat
with like rapt
children.
attention. They're
Yeah.
I like
I love
pop
it.
like one boil on my arm. Just
they're
one.
like, oh, can I pop one?
Oh. Kids are
Ooh,
gross.
Gross.
nasty little beings.
I think what I would do is kind of check in with everyone and give them an idea of what to expect over at Skyhold, like what our setup is and, what kind of roles and responsibilities they might be, responsible for, that kind of thing. Give them an idea, the culture, where they're moving to and what's been going on with it and that kind of stuff.
They definitely appreciate the heads up and kind of make note, and people start planning kind of like, oh, what kind of shop they want to make or what trade they want to pick up or etc. Bahan is of course training a squadron of young to middle-aged people. Of course, Ileana is front and center, like hanging on every single lesson that you teach. She's just like eating it all up.
Yes, Bahan is just like living their best life, really enjoying this. This is what they've wanted the whole time, is just to teach people who can't fend for themselves how to fend for themselves so that, they're safer in this world, and they're having a great time. And
The gardener who you had sparred with and interacted with at Lady Hastwick's, he helps assist and will, as like you sort of like are delivering the lesson, will help like correct people's stances and stuff like that.
I like that.
Aw.
Is he gonna come with us? He should come
He
with
does
us.
decide to come with you.
Yay!
And you all get to meet his 11-year-old son, who is very boisterous.
Wow.
Aw.
That's very good. I think Athven takes care of logistics, but in surprisingly like minutia ways. Like he used to spend his life on the road. He understands what's needed, and people get the idea, but they don't understand like the nitty gritty. So he's the one who's latching cradles to the top of wagons so that the babies can be placed within them so that they're rocked to sleep. And he's the one like figuring out, where children should be in rotation because they'll get bored and no one wants that. So if we all understand the time we need them, like it'll go easier. And he's probably the maybe not happiest, but he seems to be more in his element than anyone had probably ever seen him before.
Aww.
And it's a different kind of contentment in making sure that everyone is prepared and safe for this journey.
Oh, I love it. And as you all continue and finish your week's preparation, and the time comes for you all to literally and figuratively set sail with all of these people and just move en masse out of town and begin your 2-week-long journey back to Skyhold. And as you're crossing the waking sea, you all have to defend the ships against sea spirits who have conjured up the dead who have sunk to the bottom of the ocean. You all, and as you make berth on Lake Calenhead, you all have to defend against a wild herd of Brontos who are just upset that you're here stomping on their grass and kind of maneuver everyone around. And I'll trek up this sheer cliffs and high mountains and the snowy peaks of the Frostbacks back to what is now home for so many in Skyhold. And it's been about a month with all your time spent. And it looks a little bit different. You see it's much more built up. One of the towers has been effectively turned into like an apartment building where people can have individual rooms and stuff, and like little living quarters. And you see that all of sort of the bulk of the debris has been picked up and reused and repurposed to accommodate for so many people. And this fleet of elven people that you bring with you are just in absolute awe of this fortress that overlooks all of Thedas on a clear bright day. And you all find yourselves at home.
Despite all the changes, what are our rooms like? Do our quarters remain the same? Have they been updated? Have people what's that like?
Touched my shit. That's what Saharr is saying.
Did anyone touch my shit? No,
It's just somebody-
everything inside the room has remained the same, but you see that the doors are all new. The hinges don't creak.
Oh, wow.
Everything is like been oiled and kind of updated, and give a little bit of a facelift.
Okay.
Very nice.
There are definitely much more tapestries on the walls to help keep in the heat, and there are more panes of glass that have been put up. Yeah.
Nice.
Of course, Emmylou, as soon as this fleet of 1,000 people comes up and Krem runs to the gates thinking it could only be you and your friends leading these people here.
So Emmylou's gonna give him a big old hug and kind of collapse for a second in his arms and then be like, I'm sorry, I missed you so much, but I know I'm so smelly right now. But I've got things for you. I've got gifts for you. So let me go get not smelly, and then let's meet up for dinner, okay?
Okay, sounds good. I might have something for you too.
Oh, okay. That's exciting. So Emmylou kind of reinvigorated by the idea of gifts and surprises is kind of bounce away. Over to, I guess, to report into Liliana. What's funny?
I mouthed and dick, and Casey picked it up immediately, and it was great. So, I mean, I wasn't expecting anyone to see it, but I'm glad.
Anyway, back to Emmylou being adorable. Is gonna go.
Awesome.
Hold on, because I gotta remember.
PG-13.
Let's see what the.
We're well past that.
I think we broke that with the cunnilingus dwarf.
Oh, come on.
I
That's
think so.
art.
Doesn't
Also,
mean
didn't
it's
you
not
guys-
R-rated.
Didn't you guys like draw dicks on the walls and when we broke into that place?
Oh yeah,
Still be
that's true.
PG-13. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah.
I was
put
pretty
flowers
advanced
on
as
them.
13.
They're like smiley faces. So
Smiley
yeah.
face dicks.
Okay,
Give
hold
him
on.
arms. It's fine.
Right.
little feet and arms in a fighting stance.
Oh, now you
Oh,
just
thing
have
of
like fighting
horrors.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
They're all angry.
Crack open a
One
volume
of
of
them's
Dungeon
got an eye
Meshy.
patch.
Did you?
Oh my
Like-
gosh. Hopefully for
Uh,
years to come, people add to the art, you know?
Did you know about the fighting mushrooms? I've heard they're fun guys.
Oh!
Wow.
Fun
Are we
jail.
done now? This is it, okay.
My ceiling on mushroom jokes is very high.
Yep.
Funny joke. Celium. Oh, that was like 2 layers. Wow.
I was trying to find the name of the wine that Sage made such a pretty
Oh, first crush.
first crush. God, you're so good. Thank you.
It's only because it has to do with shipping. My brain is generally unable to process information unless it's to do with romance. So first crush.
Oh no, we're fired.
We only had one pun and we used it. That was it.
I know. Celeste has got a hard limit. I'm surprised I'm still on this podcast at all.
I suspect the stream has stopped. No one is actually listening to us anymore.
Cut.
I will say, for someone who doesn't like puns, when Celeste was on taking initiative, Celeste made a whole bunch of puns. So
Called
Puns and
out.
Your
hypocrisy
secret
go
is
hand in hand.
revealed.
Yeah. No.
You
It's
just have to-
Hmm?
I see. It's all about accepting that puns are the highest form of comedic wit, in the words of Edgar Allan Poe. And if anyone who doesn't make one, it's because they're jealous.
It's true. It's true.
They're the greatest kind of comedy because they cause you pain and also make you laugh.
I will say one of the leading
like real
motivators. Yeah. One of the leading motivators to learning Japanese is understanding Japanese puns because they can be really good.
there you go.
Oh, that makes me happy.
We're
So
funny.
many levels. All right, yeah. So you all can bathe or not bathe and get settled back and say hi to whoever you want to greet. Talk to Liliana.
Yeah,
Give your report.
I feel like both Josephine and Liliana should be in our report. Because my God, do we have a lot to update them. Oh, I forgot to mention, but we should bring back Mr. Fuckface with us.
Oh yeah. Oh, we
Yeah.
definitely brought him back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry, retrograde there. I forgot to say. But yeah, we brought him back. And so I guess
Yeah,
we're
it's
gonna...
kind of implied because he's gonna have to face Inquisition
Yeah,
judgment.
Trial.
So we'll take him to be remanded into custody. And then I guess what I want to talk to Liliana and Josephine about is just everything that happened. Sweating
Info dump.
enormously because kind of did it without permission. So better to ask forgiveness than permission in hopefully this case. So yeah, we went on a mission to help the Dalish clan, and we came back with 1,000 citizens, and we forever changed the political structure of Wycome.
We sent ravens. They're not unaware. Just
Like, they kind of prepped, but also we don't understand necessarily the consequences yet. Like, we haven't spoken to anybody.
Consequences,
on the outside.
schmonsequences.
yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, as after you give your report to Josephine and Liliana, you see Josephine is visibly suppressing a conniption fit, and it's just like, fantastic! Oh, I have so many people to update, so many letters to write.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
we'll totally find quarters for all these people to live in.
Yeah, listen, I was thinking about you though, Lady Montilier, because we very carefully did not say we were going to annex the city. So
Nope,
that
never
was
came up once.
A favor from us to you that during the systematic change of the structure of the political system in Wycombe, we never did directly threaten to take their city over.
She kind of
We all smile
nods
convincingly.
slowly. She's like, I guess we all have something to be thankful for.
Yeah.
And she's like, though I do appreciate your display of diplomatic prowess.
Thank you.
That you found a non-violent solution. So my head's off.
Mostly non-violent. By the way, so we told Florenzo Lorenzo, that he would maybe not see execution by the Inquisition, but we did not promise anything about the free matches or the city of Wycombe.
And you see she checks something off on her clipboard. I will be sure to let the Inquisitor know.
Okay. Sounds good. And then I guess I'll just do a quick debrief with the boss and just bleh everything that happened to Liliana as much as I can remember with as much detail as I can remember.
Yeah, and you're giving, this synopsis to both Josephine and Liliana. And, Liliana the whole time has been sitting, leaning back with steepled fingers, listening with rapt attention to every single thing that you're saying, and waits till you completely finish and before Josephine leaves, and she kind of single nod and is like, well done. You all have taken on a very difficult mission and will be rewarded appropriately.
We gotten a good kush.
If you all visit the blacksmith, you all will have some items ready for you.
Oh,
Wow.
thanks, boss.
I will expect a written report for our records, but in the meantime, job well done. We'll see if we can put all these people to use somehow.
They're good people. They just had a really shit situation over in Wycombe. But from the road over, they'll work hard. They just want to be respected.
Certainly. That's really, truly all any of us want. Oh no, where did B go?
Yeah, B lost.
Power went out. Be back in a sec.
B was just saying in chat they had a lot of thunder.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I
Oh.
would definitely not be surprised at the power cutting.
Yeah. So we can just take a moment. Which is fine. We take a lot of moments.
But yes, if you do all go visit the blacksmith, I will tell you all what goodies await you?
Getting that
I-
loot, yo.
I
Yes,
surely await going
that-
to the blacksmith to seeing what loot awaits us.
Absolutely. So there are 4 items to divvy amongst all of you. There is a bow that gives a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls, and a quiver with 20 arrows of piercing, meaning that they ignore armor rating. So they do. There is a set of dragonbone short swords known as the Veshiel that grant a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls. And when they are wielded by an elf, they generate an extra combat stunt point every time you generate stunt points.
Wow. Racism is over because I have these swords.
We did it.
Yeah, liberated a city, got
Yeah.
a set of swords.
Beat racism. Way
Boys.
to go.
Boys, we got him.
Yeah, these short swords, you know that they Athven would know that these are a set of short swords that are sort of famed. They're known kind of as a legend that a particular elf had wielded, who was a champion of justice and had single-handedly felled a dragon and took their fangs and shaped them into these swords.
That's hot.
There is a coat that just conforms to your shape perfectly. It's almost like a second skin that gives you a +2 defense to all a +2 to defense and a +1 to all dexterity based tests. And there is a rune that could be fitted onto your weapon, and while it is equipped on your weapon, you can spend 4 health to get an extra 1d6 damage
Oof.
every time you successfully make an attack.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of like. I think I kind of want the rune, and I feel like the coat would be better for Saharr, but also I don't want to make that decision without them here. So, you know.
But you all got some goodies. Actually, I'm gonna be right back.
Hey, that's a good idea. Bathroom.
What's going on, chat? How we doing?
Welcome to the Morgan and Casey hour
Yeah.
here on Venture Maidens.
I wonder. We could just stay here and you could just listen to the dulcet tones of of us talking about nonsense. Celeste is having a serious thought process of why she wanted us to be part of the stream. Lots of question marks. But yeah. I'm sad that this game is ending soon. How about you, Casey?
I am actually. Yeah, I'm gonna miss it.
There are bums. I'm gonna miss Emmylou. Although every time I play Emmylou, there's a panic moment right before I say anything, where I'm like, "How the fuck do I do Emmylou's voice?" And then it just like bleh out of me.
Those are the best characters. Hey,
Hey!
Maybe, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yay.
I like
fantastic.
if you look to your screens right now, you will see the perfect split down the middle screens.
Yes.
Ooh. Very satisfying though. I like
Wow.
the game master, I like it's 50-50.
Oh, nice. I was like, wait, what?
Very cool. Yeah, so I relayed some magic items that you all were awarded.
Ooh.
One of them is a rune that could be fitted on either to a melee weapon or a bow or a magic staff, one might say, that whenever you successfully make an attack that does damage, you can spend 4 health to add an extra 1d6, and you can spend as much health as you have.
Oof. Okay, so who took that?
Oh yeah,
You.
so we haven't exactly divvied them out yet. There is
Ah.
a coat that provides the wearer a +1 to all dexterity tests and a +2 to defense. A set of dragonbone short swords that grant a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls, and when wielded by an elf, grant an extra 1 combat stunt point whenever you generate combat stunt points. And then there is a bow that gives a +2 to attack and damage rolls, and a quiver with 20 arrows that ignore armor rating.
Emmylou wants the bow.
Shock.
I'm gonna
Shocking.
I'm gonna say the elf-centric short swords are Athven's deal.
It's almost as if our dual wielding elf.
I mean, I'll take those gem. The rune, sorry. What am I writing down? What is it exactly?
So whenever you successfully either cast a spell that does damage or you make a physical attack, you can spend 4 health. For each 4 health you spend, you get an extra 1d6 damage.
So potentially OP.
Okay. So I get the jacket. I'm cool with that. What am I writing down?
So +1 to all dexterity tests, and it grants you a +2 to defense.
Pretty neat.
I'm doing this on my phone because I'm a heathen, and my phone autocorrected dex to sexy, so it says I have a +1 to sexy, so that's canon now.
Mhm.
That's
It
really
is,
good. Go home. Oh, sorry. Go home. See your wife now.
Mhm.
Hey.
Up that sexy stat.
Wearing only the coat.
The coat stays on.
So I want you wearing the coat. Okay. Only the coat. Oh, kitty cat tail.
Wow.
Such poof.
She's a menace.
Oh.
purring
Yes, and these are
furiously.
all the wonderful gifts you received for your job and work well done.
Thanks, Mom.
Spend
Ileana.
them.
Ileana is our work mom.
You see, yeah, Ileana just like follows you around everywhere, Athven, and it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Can I help?
God, that's something. I do need to go see my own daughter at some point, but it's not super important. I just want it known that he does seek her out.
Oh, of course, absolutely. Yes, you see one of the there is another family of elves who have a daughter around her age, and so they're happy to take Audrey in whenever you have to go out on missions, and they welcome you in, give you food, have you sit down, and give you a drink, and welcome you to their little home. You see Audrey is playing with she's rocking on like a wooden horse and has like a little wooden duck that she pulls around on a string. She's like furiously crawling on the ground.
That's good.
And you all can spend your first night enjoying the company of all your friends and loved ones.
Yeah.
Yay.
Emmylou will meet Krem for dinner and present him with the first crush bottle of wine that she's very proud that she acquired. So nice little night.
Oh yeah, and he's like so ecstatic, and he's like, oh, word. His gift for you is a well-wound bundle of incredibly soft rope.
Okay.
Wow. The fan fiction. Everybody run.
So, Emmylou will be so like giggly and excited about it, and she's like, "Wait, it's really funny that you gave me this because, boy, do I have a story to tell you about the time I was away." But maybe I will. Oh my God, Cat, please, for the love of God, stop.
So
Just tail.
floofy.
Just so much tail.
She's just like trying to put her paws on all the keyboard and just be. She's a menace. She's an absolute menace. So I will save the story until after we have a nice night, so you don't ruin any moods. But yeah, a nice little night.
Wonderful. And you all
Wow.
pass the evening as you so choose. And Saharr, as you finally lie down in bed, ready to fall asleep, you feel the wolf-headed shaped stone begin to buzz and hum sort of furiously, and it grows warm, and you hear your inner voice say, "Down through the catacombs and the basement is the first step in the path. You will find a mirror. This is what it unlocks."
A mirror, just any mirror? Will I know the mirror?
You will know the mirror as you take this key and pass it over the reflection. It will become activated, and you will gain access to a network of ancient elven relics.
Thank you for your knowledge. I feel honored.
Oh, the honor is all mine. And that's where we're gonna end the episode.
Ancient Elven Network.
Wait, what did I miss?
What? The fucking fantastic Mr. Fox trying to pull some fucking bullshit, going down to the mirror in the basement, going down even further in the basement in the big scary mirror. He's about to pull some shit.
It activates something. It's not going to be a big deal. Nothing to worry about.
Maybe even the very same mirror that Athven saw in a dream, in a vision that led you all to Skyhold.
Oh my God. And I kept meaning to bring up, I gotta talk to B about the shit. I gotta talk to Saharr. It's fine.
No.
Fucking George Clooney looking motherfucker in here in dreams. Fucking. It's fine.
Dang.
Well,
Good
we have
question.
one more episode to conclude this game, and I am so mixed up with feelings of so happy and so sad. But this has, as always, has been a wonderful pleasure. And and if you all like what the kind of stuff that we do here, this weekend, the Venture Maidens channel is hosting the D&D block party, where we're gonna host panels and giveaways and actual plays that is, made for and by people in our wonderful tabletop role-playing game community. So stop on in Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and we'll be doing all kinds of cool stuff. You can find the schedule of events on our Venture Maidens website. And in the meantime, I'm playing a level 20 version of Kara on Sunday from 5 to 7. So if you want to see Kara Brunhilde getting her fucking combat on an epic level, it's gonna be so. Oh my God, we have so many great people playing. I can't play.
Dang.
But yes, until next time, I have been your storyteller, Sage.
I would be B Zelda. You can find me on Twitter as at B_Zelda.
Oh, that's me. No, it's Casey. Sorry.
No, it's
spacing out. Go for it.
It's all good. I'm Casey. You can find me on Twitter at Child of Ginevra. You can also find me on the Lucky Die podcast as Altana Thunderheart. On the Poplar Kids podcast, we just dropped a new episode today as Stevie Davis, and on Remember X Not a Test as Maddie Ramus. Their last names are so similar, and I'm starting to get them mixed up. Also, look out! Got a new small podcast thing brewing. So
another one. You're the DJ Khaled of podcasts.
I just got asked to produce another but it's a very small production role that is just my friends like being like, hey, is this how this works? And me being like, yes, and then I get a credit for it. But that's not the thing I'm talking about, but that's also happening. So DJ Khaled of podcasts is like, I love you for saying that. Also, maybe the Morgan and Casey talk radio hour.
Oh yeah. We gotta develop that.
I love
that. Actually, finally me instead of not me. I'm Morgan, and I've been playing Emmylou. I am so lucky to be part of this game, and I am so lucky to be I'm subbing in for the wonderful Nicholas Figueroa tomorrow at the I think it's 5 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, whatever the
8.
Eastern time is 8. Okay. For that game that's going to be DM'd by the wonderful Eugenio, who was our wonderful Dorian. I'm so stoked to be playing that. I'm going to be playing my very favorite sweetie pie, dumb as dirt, disaster lesbian Clementine, who was
hell yeah,
who was my very first Inquisitor.
Wow,
Morgan.
So, I know it's all coming back.
Did you know that that's my middle name in real life?
I found out later that
What?
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Wow.
And I'm a
Clementine.
disaster lesbian, so it came true.
It came full circle.
It's appropriate.
So I'm in the Conan stream with B. I think we're on a quick hiatus right now because one of our wonderful party members is recovering from surgery, but we'll be back on Tuesdays on the Gamers Table stream to continue that wonderful game. And then you can find me in Taking the Initiative, where I play Surreal, who's also a disaster lesbian. I have a trend of characters. And that's me. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
And to round us all out, I've been Riana, who's been playing Athven. Totally super amount of fun for me because I don't know if I ever said this, but Athven was my big Inquisitor for Inquisition. So it's been kind of a like fulfilling dream to be playing him in this Inquisition D&D. So it's been a lot of fun. You can find me on Twitter at DIY Ferret. That's like do it yourself ferret. Where I love to yell about stupid shit, and there's some really cool people who follow me, and I think it's very brave and sexy of me to keep tweeting the way that I tweet, knowing that they follow me.
I will say this, Riana.
I love it.
You've had 2 tweets lately: the himbo clown car and
Yes.
the 2 wolves one is fighting at the Waffle House and the other one's the chef. Those were quality tweets, and they should have gotten more buzz than they did. So
Thank you. You're right. Those tweets are indicative of the fucking racial disparity that we have. As me as a Native woman cannot get my tweets to the level that they need.
Well, buddy, I
Thank
retweet
you.
your shit all the time because I think you're very funny. So that's my
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Free tweets for days.
Yep.
I love the Venture Maidens. I'm super happy to play on these. I'm super excited about any opportunity I have with them. But I would like to say that I just got invited, like this is as today. Old Magic Gaming just asked me to be a character in one of their podcasts. So I'm super excited about that.
Yay!
I think I'm gonna play a big, not himbo. I know himbo is the big word lately, but I am gonna play a big orc man who's a doctor who writes shitty poetry. So if y'all
love it.
want to see
I love
him,
that.
I will listen to this.
Yes.
his name's gonna be Tarragon Terry Swiftaxe.
I
Gone.
love him. I love her.
All of his siblings are named
Bless.
after spices and
Yeah.
herbs.
This is a very
Which is-
yeah.
Yeah, it's a big pull
Saharr.
from Saharr. Yeah, absolutely
Yeah.
100%. I was like, that's really cute. If
So
Saharr
easy
ever had
for naming.
children.
Yep.
Yep.
They have beautiful orc babies named Tarragon.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this has been wonderful, and it's so sad to come to a close, but we will see you all in 2 weeks on July 10th. Stay safe, and we'll see you then.